Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to our second match. Finally, we've sorted out the lobby issues. We are loading in right now, Scarlett Reactor on the Billy House. So now, how how do you decipher what has happened here? Because like I said, like we were saying before, if Scarlett wins, it's just over right here, right there. They're going on to verse Hella Flame in the first, or in the second semis, I should say. Nick's Ancestor being the first one, Tuesday, 10 p.m. AEDT, Hasso. But talk to me, boy. What do you think happens here? Oh my god, is this a down? This is a down early!
Straight to the face, gone. Middle stump, what a down. That is very nice, very fast. So, this is problems for the start of Scarlett. I mean, Jarms, you get nervous when things like this happen because guess what? Hold on, has he switched? Okay, no, I think that was his build the whole time. Okay, I'm thinking of Leon, who had a different build. So overall, Jarms, we're loaded in. We've already gotten it down very nice early on. Corruptor's out the way. It is problems. It is problems. The silence bang, there's the next survivor spotted. And wow, I tell you what, this is gonna be, you're gonna be skating on thin ice playing like this, and we get the stun here from the big old man Lemon out. I've known Lemon for a while, and I know this man loves to be, sort of the IGL of the team, and that's what I love, because this man has got a lot of, he's a team player, and there goes the smash it, and here comes the DS coming into effect. So we do have DS, and we are just going to go for the stuns. I mean, fair plays, mate. I don't even blame you at this point. So we are going to make the window now. This is Vish, a survivor that is very strong on the survivor side of the game. So went in the 50 here, and he is now going to send it back, and he will make this, I believe. If I'm not mistaken, he doesn't make it, unfortunately, so that'll be Eruption in the background popping as well. So we do have a generator finally popping, and that will be a solo generator completed, and bang, we hit the DS right in the face of the killer here, so that'll burn enough time here, and Vish is hopefully going to have to just last for as long as possible here, and he mind games and gets away, so we are just going to opt to vault this instantly and then pre-drop the pallet, which I assume is going to happen here. So this has been a decent chase. Now there is a generator Jarms in the background getting work, so this will be interesting to see how it is played. And straight to the face, there goes Vish. So that is two generators popping for Vish's chase. Now what are your thoughts on that one, Jarms?
I mean, like you said, so bang straight to the face. That's going to be the DS tunnel as well. He's already used DS. We know he has smash hit. It's hard to assume he'll get smash hit value on ping, even though he did in his prior chase. But no, they should let him hang here. I don't know if he can pull. I don't know if we can pull quick here. We do need to hang sit Jen, sit on that deep, deep shack. Sit on maybe 3, sit on deep 11, and just the play even could just to let Vish die here. You can send in Deli or Unbreak last second. That is an option. Or we're just going to find Dage and Edge Map here. I don't know why Dage isn't all the way over on the jet. He needs to go sit on 5 over there, I believe. He's still here playing for it. This guy is a madman buller.
Yeah, absolutely. This man wants it.
He gets it as well, Khan.
You are kidding. You are kidding. No way we've done that. That is outrageous. The amount of times I've tried that and I've just gone instantly down it doesn't make sense. So I don't know how we've gotten away with that, but that, Jarms, could be the Deliverance player if I'm not mistaken. It could be. So just hold on, because that could be very crucial to how well Scarlett played. Now, if we could get a look at that survivor, please, Fisher, to see what perks he has. So we got Resi, no Mither. So overall, not too bad. And this is sort of in a good spot of the survivors. They just need to get a bit of gen progress going. And wow, we talk about gen progress, there goes all that gen progress. So we are going to split out, and the next survivor, I believe this will be Dage, if I'm not mistaken, or Lemon, sorry. So Lemon is going to force the locker. He gets out and goes back in out. So You know, I don't know if we make this pallet. We do, but we've been. Oh, that is unlucky. Very unlucky on the side. And oh no. Okay, I thought something just happened. I thought we just had a DC there, but Jumps, how well are these survivors are playing so far?
I mean, it could be a lot better. I think they're a bit slack right now. I think honestly, I think Prada's getting a lot of build value from his build. Just overall, it's, you know, probably the best build you can get. Times it perfectly with the pop and the eruption. That was beautiful to see. But no, honestly, so once he finds Claude here, or if he finds any, you know, yeah, I guess Claude would be the one he wants. If he does find her and chases in a short time, which, you know, Lemon has to play. Oh, sorry, it might be V-Shat. V-Shat does have to play extra safe. You know, it's problems though, because Prada actually doesn't have a ton of land. Vish is actually doing a good job hiding himself, because I think this is the second time he's low-key stealthed him. I believe we do catch, is this Ace just walking around very, very slowly? I'm not too sure who this is. Lemon almost getting sniped there, Hasso, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. It could go either way, Hasso. We don't have a ton of that, which is probably more favorable for the survivors, I'll be honest.
Absolutely, that is... it is problems here, but I think overall we're calling over the killer. I'm not too sure what the goal was there, but you know, they have spotted their next survivor, which will be Chief, if I'm not mistaken, little Chief. So he's putting on a bit of a show, the big man, so hopefully we can see another chase, and here's our tunnel out. This is exactly the man that we want in a situation like this. Now, it is still in the survivors' hands. They are still really favoured, and we've ran back into the saw, unfortunately. So that will be Vish out of the game. Now, Jams, we have seen plenty of times. I think we saw Xylic actually get a death at 2 gems remaining, and those survivors managed to pop 2 gems. How well do you think, what do you think the chances are these survivors could do the same?
I mean, yeah, I mean, it's the survivors are looking more in the driver's seat. I know Vish is dead right now, but this gen has a lot of proggy. Like I said, it's still in a 50-50. You know, Vish did well. He's just getting a lot of pop eruption value, so that's a team thing. You know, that's not just a, you know, Vish being tunneled out at 2 thing. Like, that's a, you know, that's a whole team. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying, so right? And that's the problem you have with that is now you're in a position where there is no more wiggle room, because now you don't have 4. 3 survivors is always doable. You could do anything with 3 survivors. That's why the game is never over at 3. But once you get past down 3, it just makes it so much harder. Once you get down from 4 to 3, it makes it so much harder. And it makes it near impossible, low-key, Hasso. And oh my god! Gage, settle down, son. We are going to take the M1, but yeah, I mean, Archie. It's honestly close. It's honestly close. And to think that, you know, we saw a 4K result from last time, almost a bang. I think we almost saw we did see a 4K result last time on the side of Scarlett's killer. He's going to have to do even better than that now, Archie, by the looks of it.
Yeah. Xylic will have to pull something miraculously off here. Now, keep in mind, the builds... I wonder how he plays it with the builds. If he opts to, I guess, you know, switch it up, maybe put, you know, pop and eruption on instead of eruption and ruin, which could definitely and probably be play. But they are in a bit more of a stuffy situation here, and you know, Prada just putting on a really good performance. We are going to see the reset now. It is going to be really difficult if these survivors cannot, you know, prevail and sort of get a generator done, because I think Xylic will. I think Xylic has the capability to 4K2, 4K3 if he can, and no, that is going to be our next survivor down. So unfortunately there, but as I was saying, I think Xylic has the capability to 4K2, 4K3 if he really locks in, and you know, this team needs to get a gen popped. I think it is a lot more in his hands. We've spotted our next survivor, and this is shambles right now for the survivor side, because Chase is right near the hook. We need a pre-drop, but you know, anything is possible considering this is a pin matchup, guys.
Yeah, I mean, it's Yeah, right. It is a ping matchup. I guess the problem we have ourselves though, to be brutally honest, is we just played really against the killer's hands. I think Prowler's played this beautifully. He's setting us up, the staff members up for failure here, because if it goes into another three-way tie, I know I won't be happy. But it just might happen, and there's a reason they're dead tied at one each. You know what I mean? One win each on each other. So like this, it is that close, and we are seeing. I believe this is Chiefy, or this could be Lemon. I'm not actually sure. I believe this is Lemon. We are choosing to go back to this Gen Hasso, break this filler on the way there. I mean, 4K2 is a hefty result to meet if you're TTV Zarlik right now. And that's what it's going to stand at. I think they'll pop one more. It would be blasphemy if they didn't pop one more. But, yeah, I mean, you never know. You never know. And Prada was, let's just say Hasso, he's ready. He was ready. He's agitatively ready. If that's even a word.
Yeah, I mean, you'd hope that's a word, because I'll tell you what, this is going to be bloody close. It'll come right down to the wire, and these survivors, to be completely honest with you, Jams, I don't know if they've sort of let go of the gas and sort of, taken their foot off a little bit. I think they really need to realise that, this is our chance to get into Division 1. We need to win one singular game. Let's put our best effort in. This is for all the marbles. And, that is good. What's going to happen, and very nicely done from the big man, Lemon. So, Jams, it gets to a certain point where these survivors just been caught off guard. Hold on a second. So we are going to make the vault. Now we might curve around this. No, we're just going to bamboozle it. Now I believe we've got a pallet here. We do have a little filler, so we're going to play this to the best of our ability. And we are greeting it. So very nicely done. Now we are going to hopefully get a curve off here, and bang, we go! So that's not going to be a stun here. That this could be the life play. No, I believe that is, if I'm not mistaken, I think Lemon is on the light. So far, very nicely done. We get the stun on the ping. So this has been very good chase here. And this gen is nearly done. So hopefully we can take the chase away from that generator, or there could be complete problems. So we are opting to go back to this gen now. Jams, there is a bit more progress going on here. So it could be some in the survivors. That John's just popped.
Yeah, now you leave yourself in a position where now it actually could be out, Big Arch. So, I mean, Untitled Arch, thoughts on maybe, getting even out from the position we're in? 3v1 has been played quite beautifully. If we're able to dodge this edge map, which we aren't, that's going to be Lemon down now. So maybe that, last gen popping may not come to fruition unless we've sent the double on the gen, which... yeah, we just aren't doing that. We're playing we're playing too slow now for the setting that we're in, Hasso. But if it stands as a 4K1, that is quite an amazing result. And like I said, this is what we're talking about. It's the reason they're all dead tied, Hasso. It's the reason they will, one beat each other. What we will have to hope for here, though, is the last match will determine everything. If we see the survivors not matching this 4K1, which... I mean, this map should be our Hasso. We know this, true. We know this. We've been saying this all night, Butler. So it would be in favor of here to Reactor to take this based off this result right now, 4K1. It's a hefty result, like we said. Now, for it to come down to the last match, the OverAct Scarlett match, I mean, that's beautiful things. Now, for those who aren't aware, Scarlett did win the first match versus OverAct. As it stands, Prada has 4K1. As it stands... Scarlett, which means their survivors will have to meet a 4K2 win con to progress through to versus Hella Flame in the second semi-finals that we're having, right? If Reactor win this means it will, like I said, be left up to the third match, so between Reactor and OverAct. It means Scarlett will be left 1-1. It means OverAct will be 0-1 and Reactor will be 1-0. If Reactor win that match, then we're done and dusted. We are done and dusted. Now, you might be wondering what happens if OverAct pull off the miracle run and they beat Reactor in the last match. Well, we'll have the exact same format we've just had. Scarlett versus OverAct, Scarlett versus Reactor, and then OverAct versus Reactor. Same exact match format, but in the form of a golden chase Hasso. Now, if by some god forsaken way we are still tied after all that, it has been left up to admin tournament/tournament organization discretion. So, just so we're all on the same page, you need to get the job done now because you don't want to leave your fate in the hands of someone else. So, I promise you that. We do catch Lara here out in this, we've been searching back and forth on these gens. So, but I mean, wow, I don't think there's been much bigger stakes, Arch, honestly. Untitled Arch, honestly, bro, there has not been bigger. I don't, even in Div 1, the last biggest stakes we had was, Div 3 Granny, Div 4 Granny. You haven't seen, you know, like I said, just something means so much in a game. And in a Div 2 match of all things, so, like, this is your chance. Only one of three teams, like, two teams go home from this. And that's upsetting, Bulla. That's upsetting.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's gonna come down, and I tell you what, the result to be matched on this map for Zylik, so far it's looking very tough. But I do think that if Scarlett can pop a generator and get a 4K, I think Zylik definitely has the chance to 4K one. Because keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, this is a ping matchup. There is no, people on the same ping. It's not an OCA versus OCA or SEA versus SEA or, NEA versus NEA. It is two different regions competing. And I tell you what, Jams, it's going to be close because Zylik will be playing against ping survivors, and it definitely could be in his hands if they can pop one more generator. And I think that's what they need to do, just pressure the gens and hope and pray that their other teammate can have a good chase.
It'd be crazy if we could pop one gen here because we did see. Oh, bang! Through the pallet there. We're seeing the rotate come in from Chief down here. Chief and Dage being the last two survivors out here. We do have the Eruption Aura. 4K1 Untitled Arch. Talk to me, Bulla. Talk to me. What happens now, Bulla? Like, I mean, you know what happens, but as the survivor line up, what has to be done here? Bang, nice movement around that little short side, but yeah, Prada, well played. Wow. Speak about fired up, Hasso.
I mean, you got to be fired up because this is going to be very close. There is no doubt in my mind that both these teams are going to be, I think right now, Reactor is more in the hot spot to take this away, but overall, I mean, it's close. We obviously hold on a second. Hold on. Okay, we're died. Sorry, I thought the survivor was dying. I thought we could hear the survivor dying. So
oh my god!
Bang! Oh my goodness! Out of the blue, you are kidding. So what a snipe! So, John, I think overall this is going to be very close, and I think our analytics man Halo will have some good insights here because he has seen both these teams play in the past, and I think this will be a close one, Jams.
Yeah, and with that being said, we will throw it down to our man on the sideline desk. Again, Bala, how did you see that one?
Yeah, quite an interesting game there on the Billy. Once again, we had Parada on the killer, and um, I've been told to talk about the last match, which was Scarlett vs OverAct. Scarlett's Survivor, which was streamed just before this, I believe. So, um, we did see in that game that we had lots of obviously playing for a 4K0 on the side of the killer there is not easy as a Tycon. So we did see Devour Hope come into play, which was actually really helpful for the killer. Actually was able to secure 2 free downs. So um although we did get the 2 free downs, eventually the pressure just caught up to him, and we did see Scarlett win that set. So for the MVP of that game, we did see Dage actually have a very clutch endgame chase that really saved the match. And now talking about this game, we saw a very quick M1 down onto, I believe it was a Claudette player, our anti-tunnel. 16 seconds in, we saw an M1, so that was very good, and what you need as the killer right there. So even though after that we got the pool and we had a pretty good second chase on the Claudette. So was able to use the decisive strike and loop for some time, which was good for the survivors and was able for them to catch up a bit on the pressure from the quick down. Um, Prada did show some very good mechanics throughout the match. Obviously, that 16-second M1 down, very unlucky for the survivors side. And even though we did get that, we did have a second good chase onto Claudette after the unhook, which was pretty crazy. I'm pretty sure we did see kind of like a last second in the killer's face trade coming out from, I believe it was stage. We were able to stealth, so I reckon like if we didn't get that stealth, it could have been a lot more dire for the survivors. Obviously, um, very well played from the Claudette there. We were able to stealth, but then was later found working at the one, got caught off guard, and didn't have the greatest chase. So bit unlucky for the survivor side there, although the stealth overall did help a lot and did make the killer lose some of his pressure because we could have seen, I believe, a 3v1 at two or three generators remaining. And even though the Claudette, I believe, did die at two, we saw some pretty good pressure on those generators. And unlucky for the survivors, I would say they just need to be, pre-stealthing a little more. We gave away lots of free chase, and I feel like with Billy, you're not expected to last long. It's an S tier set, so you need to be kind of just, abusing the fact that this killer can't do anything if you just stealth. And if we saw that come to play, I definitely believe we could have seen out. So uh, very unlucky for the survivor side, and very well played from the killer. We saw some amazing plays. We did see the 2v1 being forced after we found, I believe it was our ace player, and from there, the killer just ping ponged until we secured the 4K1, which is still a really, really good result. So, like I said, for the survivors, need to be pre-stuffing just a little more, denying that chase. And not much to say about the killer, to be honest. I mean, played pretty well overall. I reckon he didn't really make that many mistakes. Obviously, we did lose the tunnel out onto Claudette, so that was pretty bad. But other than that, that's what I have to say about the game. Your caster analytics caster signing off. Charms, you can keep going.
Beautifully said. And Hasso, big man. This is a big match. This is genuinely is probably the biggest match we've had so far. If not, next match will be the biggest. If we get to next match, of course. So, how do you think this one goes?
Oh,
What happens? It's hard because you're leaving the fate in the hands of a man who's only played one killer game all season, and although he did 4K0 just about an hour ago, it's still a big ask. We know Lemmon's the main killer player. He's done a lot for them. He's played a lot of Blight, played a lot of pretty much every killer. They've gone for the Blight sets. Hasn't really worked on another. They tried Wraith, didn't really work. They tried something else, I believe, as well. That also was a bit, how you going? They're comfortable on. You could say at least on Blight, you could expand that to S tier sets as well. So that's what they have going for them. Reactor are more, I guess, the Dark Knights here. The Batmans of it all. They're kind of a bit more ominous in how they approach it. I don't know how tapped in their survival lineup will be against the Billy. If it's like if it gets to a point where Zai is just struggling to get downs, which is definitely a possibility in this match that could happen, then it's gonna be a bit rough, I guess, on the eyes and on probably on Zai. But if we have a replica of what we had last match or so between Overact, which granted, I would say there was, barring his first chase, every chase after that, every chase after his first chase was picture perfect. Probably played it as well as you could. So you need to see that again. You just have to, because if you don't, and he gets run or ran, as you would say, it's problems, Bulla.
yeah. I mean, Zylik's gonna really have to put his hand down and really force the best result that he can get. To be completely honest, I think if he can just really focus, I think it's doable. I think it's very possible. Um, I think Jarms, especially when it comes to a situation like this, Zylik has been in the past from previous experiences. The man doesn't really. I feel like he doesn't let the nerves get to him too much. That's just what I feel personally. I think he's very confident in his ability as a Billy player. He has played 60 FPS on the roller Billy for a long, long time, and he is confident. Some would say he's the best roller Billy in our region. He is just very composed. He plays the game nice and aggressive, and that's what we'll see. So hopefully we can see the big man Zylik just lock in and get some downs. And we're running the same build that we had on earlier. Now we do have a nice little gen split on the side of the survivors, and we've spotted our first survivor here off the rip. Now we also have seen another one, so Zylik playing is very aggressive, and that's what we absolutely love. So we have got a little bit lost in source there, but so far we are going to be locating our survivor off the rip. Now if Zylik can have a really fast down, this could be a complete game changer for him. It could be a complete benefit if he just locks in, and I think that's what he's going to do. He's going to zone break them, and Zylik playing is actually really nice for how the pallets have been to him, and he's been spot, unfortunately. So Zylik is going to need to get this. I don't know if he makes that. He doesn't make it, so unfortunate. And no, we don't get enough turn rate on that. So Jarms, a decent, really nice start from the survivors to play this out. And look at that gen pressure. It's starting to build on Zylik.
Yeah, she's looking a bit rough, based off that. But we did have a slow start last match. Archie, if you do remember, this actually could just be. No, we do have a filler here now. If he wins this could spell a bit of trouble early for Zach, because it could get into his head, and he does win it with the stun too. Oh no, we do give him access to pretty much most of the map, which is so unfortunate. It's just those ones getting stunned on hurt so much. But we do catch the Jake out of position, so the whole time that chase was happening meant essentially nothing now, because we've just given essentially a free down in about 2.5 seconds. So that is good to see for the big Zar, the down coming through as early as it can, I would say.
Yeah, absolutely, and obviously we will see another gen pop in the background in about 15-20 seconds. So overall, I think Zylik is in a really nice, he has a hook in a decent location, and we've actually opted to pick the survivor off the hook. You are kidding. So we do get the down through the pallet, so Zylik is going to now slug and go back for that tunnel out that he desperately needs. And that is what he's going to do, because he does not want to get lost. Now, keep in mind, this is the No Mither Survivor, if I'm not mistaken. So this will be an absolute juice if we can... No, it is not the No Mither Survivor. So this is just a basic survivor who is injured. So, Jarms, this could be really good for Zylik if he gets this down and gets the tunnel out gone as fast as possible.
I mean, it obviously proves with a bit of word in his ear, and a bit of experience being gifted to him. He's obviously capable. He's had a big journey, this lad. He started from the bottom, and essentially now he's here being Div 2, and I mean, you can only admire something like that. Persevering, until he reaches his full potential. Never giving up is, I guess, John Cena said it, so I guess it would be cool in some way, bro, But, I mean, if this Jake gets that cooler, it spells a bit of problem, and you put yourself in a position where you can actually 4K1. Main is the most progressed gen as well. We've run for the active. That's quite an issue if you're Jake. You need to haul ass bottom, son. We're staying main as well. Holy bajoli. But we do have a gen in the background being worked on by another survivor. This Jake is doing good job holding distance here. We're stuck in a really shitty tile. I'd like to see maybe Unbreak come in here, just take it down, get him away from this gen, get him into like a safe area. What? TTV Zylik, like, subscribe, follow FTP! What a play! We take it down here. This is beautiful. Bang! Now, if Jake lives here, this is beautiful. We've opted to pick. I'm assuming that would have been Unbreakable or Deli, one of the two. Now, what I would do if we're the Jake here, maybe camp this pallet, bro. Not even a bad decision. Camp this pallet, drop it on the good side, get your balance procced off the crane, son. Not the worst idea. You also have this hill deep 5 here. We catch the... Oh, Xylic, this is problems now. This one moment in the game has sold this guy's 4K3 buller. 4K2.
Absolutely. I mean, it's... Oh, and there's the unhook. So this is problems right now. This is looking to be outs. And I tell you what, Jarms, it is... It's rough. It is really rough. Oh! I thought he got the down there for a second, but I tell you what, whoever decided to make it 15 seconds endurance needs to be questioned because it is not working out all the time. I mean, it's very unfortunate. Nice little vault there coming in on the side of the survivors now. Keep in mind, Xylic has been, you know, that FTP play jumps has, I reckon, changed the complete dynamic of this game. What are your thoughts on that? Because I honestly think the way that FTP has come into place has completely changed it.
I mean, yeah, you're exactly right. He had a death at 3, pretty much 2.5 gens. So that just would have been, you know, 1 gen popping in the background for the hook. Maybe he stops it, maybe he doesn't. But now you leave yourself in a position where they pop that gen. They're doubling, or not doubling on them, but they're on another one. Ooh. This guy makes it with the bounce as well. He gets all the way bottom side. I don't think Zaya is going to commit this. He is going to commit this. He has to commit this. This is do or die now. This is where it all comes down, Hasso. You need to have a great chase. Oh, if I'm, I can't read that name. I believe it's Sumpeng. If it's not Sumpeng, I'm sorry. No, Sumpeng is the Nia. I don't know who this is. I'm sorry because the name is entire. But you need to, I would be telling the blokes, get on the gens and stack. Maybe not stack the gens anymore, blokes. Maybe reset. My God, we've been tapped. But yeah, that's going to be Jake dead. I don't know if they have progress, Hasso. Are you aware if they have progress or not around the map? Wait, what are the gens? We have 6? I think we have 6 and 7. Not even being a funny guy there. Yeah, we do have 6 and 7. And we have 9, or 6, 7, 8. 6, 7, 8. So, holy shit, it's actually holdable gens. He does have this. Okay, so we have about 50 on this. Eruption will progress it. This is the good thing for Xylic in this situation is the gen that the 2 gens they want to pressure is the gen that has, the 2 gens that don't have the most progress. So, that middle gen is basically nothing. I would be very gobsmacked if they send the double on that gen. Unless he just overcommits like a zombie. I think if he had held the chainsaw down and just committed through there with the saw, he would have got the down. But yeah, they should split the set, the 6 and 9 here. Obviously standard stuff. Yeah, they're not back on it. You should see this come through early. I think we are, so we are seeing it come through early. So good decision making from Reactor, from the Reactor survivors. Great decision making, even probably common sense in a bit. But you know, Steve's been called out here. Hasso. This is problems, bro. This is genuine problems. You're hooking 3 gen. Is this Delhi? Is this Delhi, son? Tell me right now, is this Delhi? Okay. Okay, that's fine. That's okay. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, it's. I'll tell you what, Xylic just somewhat. Just to be clear, it's tie right now, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. So this could be another chainsaw down and. Oh no! So. The Delhi will come off now, and there goes the Delhi. So bang goes the Delhi. So, you know, Xylic does not want to commit this for too long because he does know that these gens are going to be getting worked in the background. Gone back, and I'm not sure if we're going to get eruption on that generator, but we do spot out our Steve, if I'm not mistaken. Bang! Straight to the face. Man down, clean up on aisle 3. That is disgusting right there from Xylic TTV. So that'll be another hook, given that'll be 2 stages onto that Steve. So, you know, the Steve, there is a bit of gem progress though, so this could be problems here, Jarms. Now, I tell you what, the build again, I don't know if Ruin is the play simply because it is not, you know, helping because it just gets cleansed instantly. So, it'll be a bit of a problem, I think, Jarms, and it'll have to be, you know, I think Xylic will look back and say, hey, I'm not sure if this was the correct perf, but hey, I've got no idea, I don't play Billy, and, you know, I think there's a lot to digest out of this one, and especially as these survivors are now starting to wrap around, and, you know, this is where things happen. So if Xylic can catch one of these 2 survivors off guard, which he's going to maybe even spot a survivor shortly, this could be complete utter problems here for the survivor team.
No, that is a good point. So we do catch out the Quinton here. just want to make a point to what you were saying. I mean, to be honest, bro, there was a time back in the day where you know, pop eruption, the combination was banned, both of them, believe that or not. And nowadays, you know, you're allowed. Oh no, Zai, calm down, but that's alright, it's alright. Breathe, you're fine. You're fine. Yeah, but there was a time where that was banned, Hasso, and you weren't allowed to run both of them at the same time. Nowadays, you can run fucking Pop, Weasel, you know, Eruption, you know, Cobb, all of them, Ruin, all in the same thing, and you know, Ruin is lackluster in comparison to when you combine all three of those perks. Hasso, he needed that down edge map. I'm going to be so brutally honest. This gen is too high. I mean, I think he needs to bait in the Survivor on 6 and get it down with Eruption. He's tried to do it on 11 here. This next Sora's door. Do I take the M1? He doesn't take the M1. He just needs it down. He just needs it down right now. He's got double Eruption proc. We need something. Commit through, son. Commit this. You need this down here.
Make it a blue sword. Hold on.
Oh!
Oh! Have we just done a pin check? Mid. Oh, no idea what's going on there, but I tell you what, Johns, this is gonna be alright. This is starting to build a load of pressure onto Zylic because 2 gens are being worked, 2, 3 gens are being worked, and this is real problems for Zylic. It's really gonna come down to a test of strength, and he needs to get it down right now, right here, right now, or it is just over for him.
No!
50, no! Unlucky for Zylic, so that'll probably be the final gen in the background popping any second, if I'm not mistaken. Unless we're opted against this, so we do just go for the M1 here now. Keep in mind, we really do Zylic need it down, and I'm not sure if he's seen someone here. He has in fact seen someone here, so he's gonna go for Kevin. Bang! Hold on a second.
That's the slug here. That's the slug. Needs to go down 6 now. I like that he took that M1 on Nia. He kind of needed to take that a little bit early because then it forces the Nia to in an environment where she can't play as aggressive. She's playing so free right now and she's not getting punished for it. We've sent the insta-pick. Check the scratchings, blood. What do you do here? You can't pick. You need to go back to the gen, son. I will call us back to the gen. You need to go back. Oh, that could be a poor decision. That could be costly. That pick could be proved to become costly. This is Resi on the gen. Yeah. It's gonna come through. Oh my god, it's gonna be close, Hasso. It's gonna be close. Bro, it's not. No!
He's clearly visibly upset about that one, and rightfully so. That is very unfortunate on the side of Zyke. And I tell you what, at the end of the day, that was a performance and a half.
Cunt, you showed up for the city, yeah, you really did, cunt.
You know, at the end of the day, you show up, and you know, this man has only played, you know, I think this might have been his only second actual game, or maybe a few, he may have played, you know, a few games in total in OSL, so to him, credit to Zylic, you know, he's clearly, you know, he was in a tough situation. Maybe the perks weren't the play, but at the end of the day, he gave it his all against a strong team. So, you know, you can't win them all. He won one of them, and you know, he should be proud about that. So, this was just, you know, clearly a close result. Couldn't get it in the end, but yeah, John, overall, you know, the Survivors just played really well for this one.
Yeah, it's hard to say that he even really got outclassed. I wouldn't even say he got outclassed. I mean, he got, what was it? Was it the FTP Hasso? What? Sure.
Yeah.
That's just a bizarre play. Like if that play doesn't come through, we see him probably 4K1 here. They barely got through it here, barely. So, no, well done TTV Zai. You've definitely put on for the city here. No matter what happens, you know, you've honestly done your team good here tonight, son. Honestly, this is definitely a moment where you can sit there and yes, you definitely will need to look back on what you did as a killer because you definitely were in a position where you could have, even still with your survivors getting 4K1'd. Oh, we see little teabags there, tilting Zylic and maybe just that little bit more. But we do, nice little crouch. We do need to VOD review this one of your Zylic no matter what. Even though you did have a performance, son, you know, you didn't get the result you wanted. You still need to go back and be like, okay, what do I need to do next time? How can I be even better? Because the true reality of it is, bro, if he's committed to this team and these boys, And and this is his best killer. They need to really master the Billy because I think he's shown at least tonight he's shown that hey, maybe the Bros Billy isn't that bad. Maybe he's actually quite a good Billy. And I think this is what you and I have been saying for a little bit, Hasso. He
Yeah.
actually is quite mechanically sound on the Billy for a controller player. And truth be told, Hasso, he should be wrapped with how he's played. But
Yeah.
enough players for Xyloc Reactor. Have taken this one nothing. Holy shit, well played. Just really good pre-living off the gens. Constantly just not giving him really what he wanted. That spin on the edge map from, Song Peng was just do or die. Oh, so many crucial moments. The FTP that came through, just so many hype plays from that match. That was genuinely one of the best matches. And I'm genuinely saying this. Probably one of the best matches I think I've ever watched on a low key, on a very, very low key. But that being said, we will get into our final match of the night. Overact versus Reactor. I will come back in 2 minutes. Me and Asso, and we'll discuss what that means for everything. Please stay with us. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to our final best of one for the night. Well, at least in a 4v1 setting, that is, depending on how this next match goes. Now, I will quickly go over what this means for just everybody, what it means for the teams, what it means for the bracket, what it means for Hell of Flame, everybody. Essentially, if OverAct are to achieve a win in this best of one right now, it means it would go into the same format again. Again, like I said, Scarlett versus Reactor, Scarlett versus OverAct is match one, then Scarlett versus Reactor, and then Reactor versus OverAct, right? Same setting as we had in the 4v1, but this time it'll be in a golden chase form. If we see OverAct win this set versus Reactor, which is a tough ask with how Reactor have been playing. OverAct, did lose that set to Scarlett. We're going to have to see how it goes. I'm joined by someone special to my heart because Hasso was bound to go to bed. This might be down 30 seconds, not even 30 seconds, 15 seconds into the match. That's a good start for OverAct, big boy. Introduce yourself, by the way, my son.
Yep, my name's Halo. I've been talking during the intermissions. I'm here now casting because the big Hasso's going to sleep as he is a bum. Anyway, Leon on the killer here. We do know, coming from OverAct, they have lost the set to Ethereal. I'm pretty sure this Survivor team we are versing here, Reactor has bet Ethereal, so a little bit interesting. We'll see what happens anyway. Kind of messing up the song here onto Nia, and I mean, we'll see what they can do. This is a pretty good start for Leon, I would say. Ooh, messing up the chainsaw just a little bit there, or maybe trying to stop the gen. Looks like we're just stopping there. Anyway, we've got the blue saw making our way to the 2 side of the map, and we see, I believe that was Steve Harrington, beautiful hair, right there. Oh, I think that's an Escovy collar right there. Very mechanically greatness. The mechanical greatness on Leon here is really showing drops.
It's so weird how these three teams, one loses to another. It's like a cycle of life. One loses to the other loses to the other, and the other loses to the other. Like, I don't understand how that is statistically so accurate and possible. I mean, I guess they're just all each other's kryptonite in a sense. But yeah, I mean, that was a nice little show of mechanics. The problem is that was the Deliverance player, if I'm not mistaken, and we don't really have a tunnel out going for ourselves right now. You're sort of just chasing Nia here just because you can, if I'm going to be brutally honest. We do get caught on the corner of that. Ooh, a little bit of double back there. Inviting chase is the Nia, level 1 himself. We've gone far window side. But no, overall, Halo, we've seen a 4K0, 4K1. Those have been the achieved, the win cons that have been, the winning win cons, I should say. And, we're probably going to need to see a 4K if we're going to, get the job done. Am I wrong for saying that?
I mean, it looks like so far, like, I think we've seen out once or twice on this map, so it's looking like, maybe Billy on this map is 4K, which is very hard to believe. I definitely don't believe it, but we see Quentin here, 10 plus wood right there, not going to be able to get that hit, and, yeah, I mean, we've seen some pretty good gen progression on the Survive side, gen efficiency, I should say. We have got 2 gens for these 2 hooks. That chase on Nia as well, we just recently saw was pretty good, and kind of hitting the air there on the spectator, but is going to be connecting onto the Quentin, so we're going to have a death hook here, and oh my god, the gen efficiency coming out from the Reactor survivors here is phenomenal.
Yeah, it is starting to get a bit hot now. They are pumping and chugging gens. Like I said, if Reactor win this, they just will advance through to verse, I believe, it'd be Hell of Flame. So it'll be Nick's ancestor, Hell of Flame, and, Reactor, assuming Reactor win this match. But yeah, I mean, we have to get to that point first. OverAct is still here. They still have a fighting chance. We still have a tunnel out, which we cannot commit for some reason. I think maybe this gen, he's a little bit anxious of this gen popping. We do have a pallet gym here on the side of, I believe this is Peru. No, this is the man with the forbidden name that I cannot obviously pronounce. But no, we do get caught on the edge map. Brock, that could honestly prove to be quite a big down that we haven't gotten there. That should mean another gen should pop. In the background, we just come around the corner and just died on the gen. I'm not sure why we're so aggressively sitting this gen. That could prove to be a throw, honestly, Luca.
Yeah, I mean, drone efficiency is good, but maybe not good when you're taking gambles. Now, we saw a very nice curve onto LV1 there with the blue saw. Barely saw it coming on my end. And we're seeing main pop. So looking at these generators, we have one mid 8 side, one bot mid, and one 5, which is definitely free gen, which Leon here can definitely hold, especially considering if we do find this, I believe it's Quinton, it's a bit pixelated. If we do find the Quinton here, get that quick down, we can force a free v1, which will be very, very hard for the survivors here to pop if that does happen. Anyway, we do see our fresh Jake Park here being chased with the blue sword. Not much is happening, and looks like we're kind of committing. Maybe we'll see a little flick to the bottom side of the map. No, going for the flick, missing. And I feel like this is a bit of an overcommitment. That gen does have some decent progress, and we've hidden the Jake Park for the pallet jumps. And we're actually seeing, no, we're not going to see the slug happen, just making sure no one's hitting that gen too aggressively. I reckon if we get on the survivor, they're going to have some decent progress on 5 by now. If I could get on survivor. Anyway, we are going to see Jake Park getting hooked, jumps, and it's about time Leon does check those other gens.
Yeah, I mean, I think Lenny's just trying to get as much use of pop as he can. You know, with the Devourer, obviously was cleansed pretty early on in the trial, so there's going to be no use from that. The pre-vault has come through. I'm not sure why we've pre-vaulted that. Hold on just a second. What's the gen pressure on the board looking like here? That's a death. This honestly could be brought back to a 4K1, even 4K0 here, Halo. They're doubling the gen out, so it will be a 4K0 no matter what. Really well played to the Reactor survivors, giving themselves so much leeway room. With, like you said, Halo, the efficiency has been off the charts. This will be out. We're at 4 fresh right now. 4 fresh, I believe that's 7 if I'm not mistaken. 4 might be 4 6. I don't know. My math is really failing me, but yeah, I mean, this is going to be a down onto the Jake. So this will just be, I believe, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If Jake dies here, 8-4, which is a great, and he will be dying. So 8-4 is not a bad result. Probably, the average is probably 10, 11 stage, I'd say, if that. It's genuinely probably should be around this. This is a good result, I think maybe 9 stages is what you're aiming for here. So, no, well played. This is genuinely just 1 or 2 stages off the average, if not the average. So I wouldn't be, if you're Lenny here, I wouldn't have your head held down low. But honestly, Halo, that was not badly played for the. They had just amazing progress. That's all there really was to it. It was hard to keep up. I think he conceded early on that they had just amazing, pressure around the board, and he got his 4 fresh in, he mid-maxed his stages, which honestly could have been more. Just thinking back to when the Nia stunned him at that pallet, that was pretty close. There was a couple more close calls, to be honest. That I'm sure that there was during that match. It was right after that. The Quinton made Shaq as well, and yeah, I mean we're gonna need to see. I believe it's 9 stages here, Halo, for the win con. So yeah, I mean tough ask, but pretty much the average. So. We just saw the man 4K1 Big Prada. It should be Prada again, if I'm not mistaken. Honestly, thoughts, Luca?
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty fun result. It's not going to be hard for the survivors. It's not going to be easy for the survivors. I reckon it's a good middle ground. I reckon also that on the survivor side, we're going to need good gen efficiency. We're going to need stealthing at the start jumps, something I just haven't really been seeing too much of. I know Scarlett is pretty good at stealthing off the start, but other than that, I haven't really recalled any other time where these teams have decided to pre-stealth off the start. So if we can see that from the survivor side here, maybe we can make something happen. Yeah, that is all I have to say.
Yeah, with that being said, we will take a little 2-minute intermission just so we can set up the final set of this match. Please stay with us.
I asked for strength, and God gave me difficulties to make me strong. I asked for wisdom, and troubled people to help. My prayers were answered.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to what could potentially be our last time together, at least until next week. We do have Reactor versus OverAct on our hands as we currently speak. We saw OverAct's killer, Big Lenny. He played killer. He got 8 stage 4 fresh on Thompson Creek. On Torment Creek, the Hillbilly. Pretty decent survivor balancing, if I'm going to be honest. And Hillbilly, he's a strong killer, but he is counterable. Right? Let's not get it twisted. He is counterable. If we are able to achieve less than the 8 stage 4 fresh on the survivors, so 7 or less essentially, you're going to grant yourself basically a golden chase. And if you win the golden chase, then we go into what we talked about before with the big golden chase. But if Prada 4Ks or gets 9 stages in any capacity, that means Reactor will move on to the semis. Done and dusted. We will not be needing any golden chases for tonight. But honestly, Halo, what is your prediction for this match here? Honestly, it could go either way. Billy's a tough killer to play.
Yeah, maybe a 4K unless we are gonna have a good chase. We get the stun onto Prada right there. So, yeah, I mean, I'm expecting probably high stages. Probably, maybe more than 8 stage 4 fresh first. I'm pretty sure we saw Prada's Hillbilly, and I know it's pretty cracked. Anyways, this chase was actually pretty good with denied any sort of interaction there where touch gets down, and we are going to be getting that use of sorry, I'm geeking out, but getting too late for me, so it's my bedtime. I thought that was pop. No, we're getting that kick eruption, sorry, onto that gen, and Prada's just getting these gens, so this is actually a pretty good start for our survivors here. This is what they need if they want to meet this win con. We see the pre-drop onto that pallet right there, and we've found touch once again. As long as he doesn't get tapped inside of these gens, it will be looking fine. Erupt is almost over as well as we approach the 70-second mark of the match. So, wait, this is actually looking like a really good chase for touch. The only problem I see here, Jams, is he needs to be dying in that corrupt, and he hasn't made it, but we're unzoning him. Oh my god, this might actually be possible, Jams.
We've had 2 beautiful chases at the start. You're exactly right. It actually is looking so doable now because now Corrupt's gone. You've got no downs. And the problem is they're 3 splitting. That's the big major issue we have here. And you're chasing the one bloke that I guess you don't want to chase. Touch is definitely probably the most mechanical intensive survivor on this team. Just winning some beautiful pre-vaults there. Does another vault. We're going to be dying on top of the gen, like you said, Halo. So this could be the make or break. Yes, he's having beautiful chases, but he's died on one of the 3 active gens here, which is a problem. That is a problem. I know he's no mother. I know, a quick pull is in session here. Balanced Deli, by the way, is very bizarre. Balanced Deli fixated on the Hillbilly is a beautiful combination in my eyes with FTP of all things. Just a crazy build. We send the pool. It might have been on Prada's menu here to just sit here and camp this hook out. Well, not camp it, but play a bit more territorial. If we could maybe swap back to the killer Mr. Spectator, if that's alright. We're just watching Old Bud walk around. Thank you, my son. Thank you. Do catch Prada here, back on touch. Pop is going on that gen. So like you said, Halo, if Touch is able to send top, live, just have a good chase at this jungle gym tile, which he does have, I mean, it is very doable. Very doable. Oh!
Oh no. We get the second down right there. I believe this might be the decisive strike. Guess not. Maybe it's ran out. I'm not 100% sure. Anyways, nonetheless.
No mother of sprint burst resi vigil. Oh my lord. Sorry to cut you off, Luca. That's crazy. Go on.
I find that a bit crazy as well, to be honest. I was expecting decisive strike. Anyways, we get that second hook onto touch in the basement, which might be a little dire for the survivors. I would definitely say pulling this probably as not in the cards unless Prada wants to overextend. if I was the survivors right now, I would definitely just be making the call to triple split and be pre-stealthing the out generators. I think, if you ask me, if Prada plays this right, Touch is definitely going to be dying in that basement. It's just a terrible def location right next to the basement. There's not much you can do as a survivor. So gen progress is probably where it's at right now, as we see 12 popping, and we're at 2 generators now, so it's getting closer and closer, and we have a stealth in the basement. This is crazy.
Oh no. We
Oh
do get the
no.
trade though. That is very heads up play from the Ace there. We needed that. This is Delhi. This is going to be 3. Oh, where do you go from here? You might. I don't think you can really tunnel anymore. I think you have to play more team orientated now. And oh my God, he's going locker. That is beautiful. No, that is one of the best plays I think I've ever seen. Take notes, ladies and gentlemen. Take notes. Back out the locker. Really, really well played. No, we need. I think. Yeah, I don't think you tunnel anymore. I'm gonna make the executive decision for Prada right here, right now, son. Spread the pressure, get you down, get your pop, lad. You need to get something going, because this, I don't think you're going to get where you want to get by, chasing Touch, because the chances of him having a good chase and the chances of, the value is not there for it. And yeah, as you can see, he's choosing to make the executive jet call himself, let alone, listening to me. But yeah, he chooses chasing me up. Unable to get that down there. Pretty unlucky, Taffy Man, the captain of the team, looking juicy as ever. Oh no, this Ace has jumped into bloke with BL. There is no filler here. This should just be death. Yeah, pretty well played there from Big Prada. Being able to drag it a pop, not bad at all.
Yeah, it was looking pretty good for the survivors. It still is. That Dan definitely makes it look a little more shaky, in my opinion. We have Leon on Defog now, so we have 2 Defogs now. So we see the double in the background, so we're gonna see that gen pop, and now we have a pretty good spread. We have 2 bottom gens, 1 gen near the top side orbit. We're running around, giving chase. I don't know if this is the play. We are running top though, and we've got a bit of a pre-run. Oh no, this might start to look dire. If we can get a slug going, Jones. Oh no, please. Okay, we don't get that down. I am kind of rooting for the survivors here, because they are playing quite a hard win con we haven't even seen tonight. And we see Nia actually be able to live, which is pretty insane. I'm not sure what Touch is doing in this instance, or the Bill. We see Bill on a gen. Taffy Man is rotating for a gen, and Touch is playing for the ball. So we'll see what the survivors can pull off here. I mean, it's looking pretty close. The problem I'm having here, Toms, is this 8-7 gen. We need a pre-comp from our survivors if the killer is going there, because it is almost just a dead zone. There is not much to play, and we've tried to stealth, which is probably the best play for this type of generator, and we're just being down, which is pretty unfortunate. Taffy Man playing for the gen very aggressively as well. So, I mean, we'll see what the survivors can do here. The doubling, I think that's 11, and we're leaving for 11 as we speak. And hopefully we don't get sniped, and we've just sniped Dutch out survivor on the ground. And hold on, we do have no Miva on Touch, so maybe he can get up in time. I don't know. This is kind of looking a little dire with doubling, which is probably the right play. There's not much you can do here. I mean, Leon's just gonna die. There's nothing you can do here. You may as well get up, but I think you're just going to be dead. We do have sprint burst, so not going to be working. So, okay, we've got the gen done, and we've got 6 stages here so far for our killer player.
He just needs one.
He just
and he
needs.
Camps, he wins.
All he has to do is camp it with the saw and get one of them. So, technically, Joms, they just cannot go down, and I'll let you finish up the game.
Really well said. But we do catch the Nia here. So Taffy Man, it is in your hands, brother. You need to live. You need to live. It's now or never. And unfortunately, Prada has chosen never. He needs to take this hook. He needs to hook now, and we need to camp this out. Now, spectator, Mr. Figia. Does the Bill have an unbreakable on the bag? Does he have a deli? He does have an unbreakable. So it is doable. It is doable. We need to pull this. We need to get a clean pull. If you can delay long enough to get unbreak off, I mean, I don't think Prada's going to be silly enough to let that hang. If he gets an opportunity to take a hook, I think he will. I think it's over. I think it's over. I think that's going to be Reactor winning, and that's pretty crazy considering the position they were in. This should have just been out. We should have this should have been more than 9 stages. We should be going to Golden Chase tiebreaker right now. That's very devastating. But if we do somehow manage to pull this off, this would be one of the greatest things I've ever seen. Look at him. He's sizing him up too as well. This is going to be very close. I'm not even too sure what the play is here. What do you even do, Halo?
I mean, there's just respectfully nothing you can do. You can run in and trade. We've just seen Bill. Oh my. Hold on. Bill has just stuffed even closer and really hasn't even noticed. We're gonna have to pull. I don't think it matters if the Neo goes second. It would be best if we can get it before second, and I think we just know we're going in for trade,
Yes,
and
sir.
we have Unbreakable. So all we need. Okay, we're gonna just take the. I was assuming he's gonna go chase Neo because you're but anyway. Seems like we're gonna be hooking, and we just kind of know where the Neo is. We can't really do anything, so we're gonna have to see great things, miraculous things happen here, miracles happen, and if not, that's just gonna be the win.
Hold
And
on.
oh my god,
Hold on.
we have overcommitted with the power.
Hold on.
We need a power.
No fucking chance.
Okay, we got the body block, and we need to just lock in now. We've got Taffy Man on the chase. Valkyrie needs to go mend and open the door, and we need Taffy Man to live and be submitted over the window. No chance.
Oh, the play of all time was almost beautiful. We just needed to last. I mean, even in that position, Taffy Man would have to live so long and then get out as well. I just don't think it was ever going to happen. It was a great attempt, but that means Reactor will win this match 2-0. They have won the Fatal 3-way. Congratulations to them. They will be versing Hella Flame next week. That should be fun. Once we have our 2 semi-final matches, we will get into our 3rd place and our finals. That will all be on the Wednesday and the Thursday. Thank you, Hasso, who's not here. Thank you, Halo. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. This was a fun, really, really fun watch. Glad we actually were able to do something like this in such a shorter period of time. Congratulations to Reactor. Unfortunate to both teams. I expect to see Scarlett back in the bracket. I expect to see OverAct back in the bracket next season. Other than that, Halo, any closing remarks?
Just unfortunate. We're playing so well, and I mean, we got the double, and we've been sniped, and then we've just been another survivor. It's just unlucky that it's just both the Deflick survivors as well, just to top it off. Just so unlucky. Maybe if they didn't get sniped, that was definitely just that was just win. Like there's not much a killer can do. They have a decent spread of I believe it was like 11 and 7. So there's merely something you can do for the killer, and it was just unlucky that the survivors that what happened has happened. So very well played from the killer though. I'm just so devastated to see both of the Deathlook survivors getting just sniped. Like it's just unfortunate, but not much you can do. GG's Reactor, GG's OverAct, and GG Scarlett. Halo signing off.
That being said, much love. Jams. We'll see you on Monday.